Hi, my name is Shaylee and welcome back to Burnt Toast Online, a channel for in-house social media managers like you. Today we're going to be talking about social media audits, what they are, and how to conduct one. I feel like in social media marketing, it's just a complicated job because there are a lot of different things you're dealing with. There's a lot of data you're dealing with, creating content, online stuff, offline stuff, shooting content, analyzing that content. So my goal with this channel is just to make social media marketing a little bit simpler to understand. And we're going to start with social media audits. A social media audit, it's very simple. It's just a checkup. That's it. We're just doing a checkup today where basically you're just going to take a look at your different social media profiles, fill out some information, just get an idea of how many followers do you have, what platforms are you on, how often are you posting, what's working, what's not. Social media strategy is where we kind of diagnose issues and create a plan to fix those issues for a strong social media presence. That's not what we're doing today. This is a social media audit, which is just a social media checkup. Okay, so I created my own social media audit template, so that's what we're going to be going through today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a general account overview. So basically, what does our current social media presence look like? The first thing I like to do is start by looking at the different platforms we're on. So Instagram, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, what are the main platforms you're posting on? And we're just going to fill out some information here. So the number of followers, the number of accounts you're following, maybe some other pieces of data, total likes, total views, total reach. Some social media platforms will have this information readily available, some won't. So just fill out what you can here. I want to start simple, just get a good overview of where you're at. Next up, I like to do a little bit of checklist on each of my social media accounts. And I start with things like, is my profile photo high quality and aligned with my brand? Does my bio clearly explain what we do? Do we have up-to-date website links? Do we have our contact information readily available? Is our location easily accessible if someone wants to just put it in their Google Maps? Does our profile include a strong call to action? Do we show people what we want them to do? For example, maybe that's a button that says purchase here or join the waitlist. Next up, I want to look at an overview of our audience and engagement. So like who are we reaching and where are they likely to find us or very likely to interact with us. So this is basically giving us a little bit of data on who the people following us, what they look like, who they are. So we want to look at things like gender, age, followers by country, followers by city, and then when are they most active? What days are our followers most active and what are their most active times? So if you're struggling with finding this information, especially if your company has quite a few different social media accounts, I think Metricool is probably the best hack for finding all of this information quicker. So Metricool is a social media scheduling and analytics tool. They have a really good free plan. I use the paid version, which is about $18 a month. I think it's very worth it. I'll leave an affiliate link below. With Metricool, it basically aggregates all of this information together so you can look at it all at a glance, as opposed to having to go into each social media profile, going into your insights and manually reviewing everything. And a lot of social media platforms will not have great analytics, but Metricool is able to still pull that information. So that's what I would check out. So next up, we're just going to look at content, what's working, what's not. I like to look at the past 30 days specifically because that tends to be the most up-to-date information algorithm wise and according to whatever your company is posting. And so I would just look at the percentage of what type of content you're looking at. What percentage of educational content are you posting? What percentage of promotional content are you posting? And then what percentage of engagement focused content are you posting? So for example, are you posting question and answer segments on your stories? Are you posting polls? Are you asking questions in your captions? These are the things I want to look at. Maybe you have low engagement, but it's because you only post promotional content. If you're only selling at people, then you're not really creating that personal relationship with them. See, we start to kind of get this information when we just look at what we're posting. Next up, I want you to look at the top 3 and then the bottom 3 performing posts for your account. And I want you to focus specifically on engagement. So I like looking at total interactions. And so these are people that are liking, commenting, sharing, and saving your posts, the total number of that. We don't want to focus on just likes here unless that's the only data point that you have. Likes are what we call a vanity metric. It's very easy to like a post, but people that interact with your posts, so comment, share, save it, those are people that are more engaged with your brand overall. So again, I want you to look at your top 3 posts according to engagement, who's commenting, who's sharing, who's saving, and look at your bottom 3. What numbers are the lowest, because then you can see similarities. So for example, maybe your top 3 posts are videos. you know your audience like videos. Maybe your bottom 3 posts are Canva graphics. People don't like those, probably shouldn't be using them moving into the future. Again, we just want to write down a few data points and some notes on those data points to get an idea of where we're at. Next up, we're going to do a little bit of a competitor analysis. This is going to be a simple competitor analysis. I'm going to make a video in the next couple of weeks about how to do a more in-depth one. However, a competitor analysis is basically looking at competitors, either local competitors or larger companies that your company aspires to be like, and looking at what are they doing well on social media? What are they not doing well on social media? Kind of doing a social media audit on them. So I want you to look at what your competitor is doing well. So are they posting often? Are they posting a lot of videos? Are they getting a lot of interactions? Their bio really clear? Are they posting a lot of Instagram stories? Like, what is your competitor doing well that you guys could be doing better? Don't feel competitive with your competitor, which I know is ironic, but feel inspired instead. We don't want to copy, we want to be inspired. One of the final things I want you to do is start to calculate engagement rates for your content and for your competitors' content. And that sounds overwhelming. I'll make it very simple. Engagement rate is basically going to be your total interactions divided by your total followers times 100. Here's an example. There is an account I really like, not a competitor of mine, just an Instagram account I like called Day with May. One of her recent videos has 7,463 likes, 41 comments, and 371 sends. So now I'm going to add those together. And these would be the total interactions on the posts. So interactions, people liking, commenting, sharing, or saving the post. Now we're going to divide that by the total amount of followers that she has, which is 401,000. That leads us to this number. And this is where we multiply by 100. Okay, so that leaves us with a engagement rate of 1.96, or basically 2%. That sounds really low, but I would say an average engagement rate on social media is between 1 and 5%. So Day with May has about a 2% engagement rate. I want you to do this for your accounts. So total interactions divided by total followers times 100 will get you a percentage. You want to be somewhere between 1 and 5%. Do this with your competitors as well. I would just take maybe one post, maybe just kind of look at like what's like the average like numbers for the post and just pick one. You don't have to go too deep into this, but it just kind of gives you a good idea of how engaged your community is. Finally, I want you to write a little summary of your findings. Again, keep this very simple. This is just a checkup. So maybe write down your top 3 strengths, your top 3 weaknesses, and some action items moving forward. An example of a strength would be, hey, I think we're really good at Instagram Reels. We get a lot of likes on our Instagram Reels, but I would love to get more engagement, so we should maybe add more calls to action. Strength, we do really good Instagram Reels. Weakness, we don't have much engagement. Action item, let's add more call to actions in the future. So just maybe have 2 or 3 statements like that, and that is the end of your Instagram audit. If you would like help with your Instagram audit, I created a free Instagram audit template as a part of your first 30 days of the Social Media Manager Notion template. It's totally free. It's coming out this week. So if you're watching this video and it's out, I have the link in my caption, or you can join the waitlist and I'll send it to you when it's ready in like a couple of days.